Lisa here, or the Diamond Stitcher as I go by on YouTube and Instagram. Hello, good morning or good afternoon, whatever time of day it is for you. I hope it's a wonderful one. If you are new to my channel, first off, welcome. I'm happy you found me, and I hope you would consider subscribing and stick around for all things diamond painting. And if you are returning, thank you so much for your continued support. I have another WIP and Chat for you guys today. WIP, W-I-P, stands for work in progress and refers to the diamond painting that I am currently working on. And I just sit here and chat with you guys, update you on some things, sometimes ramble or rant. It's just a sit down for about usually 45 minutes to an hour, get some diamond painting done and update you guys on what is happening. Now, before I even get started, I wanted to show you what I'm making today. So I kind of previewed these in my Facebook group, DAC Fans Canada. If you guys haven't joined yet, go over there and join. Just make sure you answer all of the membership questions to be granted entry. You don't need to be Canadian to join. It's just if you're destashing, we ask you ship to Canada only if you're going to post for it. But I did give a sneak peek at the minders I've been working on, and I've been working on these for Crafting with Shay and the Diamond Painting Accountant event. They are co-hosting Mermaids and Magic 2024, which is going through the month of March. It's a diamond painting event that features a mermaid or something magical. And I am making some cover minders for their grand prize giveaways. And I'm also going to be dropping them for you guys. So this is a new one that I kind of made. I have a couple different varieties that I'm making. So this is a new kind of mermaid that I've gotten. They're in a few different colors. I do have a couple more to show you. Where is it? Oh yeah. A few different colors. They're kind of like a silhouette, and then I've paired it with a colorful starfish. And I do put some fancy bling in the back. It's hard to see because these ones are dark, so it's hard to pick up the camera, but it's all of the backgrounds right now are all different shades of blue, to mimic the ocean, of course. This kind is my favorite kind. So I love these little mermaid girls, and the seashell with the pearl in it, I think is absolutely adorable. This one, I put some crystal stars in it too to look like starfish. These don't have, well, what these are actually, I should say, are cover minders. So usually, or I guess I should say, when they're finished, I put a magnet on the back. I actually put two. One is glued on, the other one is free. I use these guys to actually secure my release papers, but you can use them to hold the plastic back on your diamond painting as well. Some people just put them on their canvas for fun. It's just another matching accessory that you can use in your social media photos. Yeah, so I've been making these, and they're about 1 inch in diameter. These ones have a mermaid and a starfish, or a mermaid and a seashell. I put lots of different crystals in the background. I have some seashell and starfish confetti, though these ones all have this shell confetti in it. So here's another version. I will be selling these at some point. What I like to do is make a bunch and then do an Etsy drop that way. And this one I put a little heart crystal in there too. This one's adorable. I really love these shells that I found with the pearl inside. I think it's just so beautiful. Now I do cover these in a resin so that none of the little pieces are ever going to fall off on you. The seashell does stick up a little bit, but it is firmly secured in the surrounding resin. And then the magnets I glue on with super strong craft glue. And yeah, it's a fun little side project. When I'm not feeling like diamond painting, I make some of these. So I do different kind of themed ones. This one I made around Valentine's, and I put one for my cat there. And I have another one for my dog Zoe. I did sell some of these too around Valentine's. So what I'm doing right now is making them when I can. Unfortunately, because of the fact that I always feel sick, I can't produce as many as I really would like to do and as fast as I would like to do. So far I have, what is that? Probably about 24 of these mermaids. I have to save a couple for the event prizes. Otherwise, the rest will be going up on my Etsy shop sometime this month. I really hope this week I can bang out another 20 or so. I try to have around 40, 45 when I do an Etsy drop. They do tend to sell out within the hour. They go pretty quickly. And yeah, they are somewhat of a limited thing. By the time I you know, finish these and sell them, there's going to be another event or another holiday that I want to make mine just for, so you may not see them for a little while. But if there is interest, I will of course make all sorts of different kinds. Right now what's easiest for me is just to pre-make them based on themes I like. I do have some charms set aside that I picked out for like spring and summer, so lots of butterflies, ladybugs, lots of flowers. I do have some character type ones. This one I made for myself is Snoopy and Woodstock with some Valentine's Day hearts. That is another one I made, and this is one actually that I'm keeping for myself that I made the other week. It's another mermaid one, but I love that the seashell had purple inside. So this one has some starfish confetti with the little mermaid. So I have lots of fun making these. I wish I could make a lot more, but I did want to show you guys what I've been up to lately, aside from diamond painting, is working on these, and I hope to have them available to buy soon. So stay tuned for that. Now let me just pop these out of the way. Those ones I just made today. They do take quite a while. I would say each one takes at least 30 to 45 minutes, like altogether, when I kind of sit down and calculate how long I've been at it and that. And it's really hard for me to do. It's hard on my neck and hard on my arms, but they're just so pretty and I love making them. So stay tuned for that. Anyways, this is a WIP and Chat. I am going to show you what I'm working on, actually. It's this, you probably recognize it. There's her face, kind of. It's Rainy Day by Hannah Lynn and Diamond Art Club. I've been working on this since February, I believe. Yesterday I sat down and I filled out all of the black 310 in this row here. And today I thought I would fill some in while I have a WIP and Chat. So let me just get situated. Where are we? It's still not over enough. I don't want things to fall off the table either. And I don't want to get up to move my camera. There we go. We can kind of get in there. So I'm going to be filling in this kind of area while chatting with you today. I do have quite a few updates. I don't even know where to start. It's been a while. I tend to, well, at least lately, I've had so many medical appointments and they all string together, and I'm just always exhausted. So lately when I've wanted to sit down and diamond paint, I don't really want to talk. I just want to put somebody else's WIP and Chat on or a movie on and just get lost in my diamond painting. But I have a bit of extra energy today, so let's take advantage of it. I'll be using the Yellow Dog Designs tray. This is my favorite diamond painting tray. You can get these with stoppers and lids or a half lid. I just use the tray itself. I got this beautiful pen. I did not do a small shop haul for this pen. It's a recent one I got all the way from Flower Girl Blanks in the USA. It was a pretty penny to get this one, but I really love her blanks, and I love when she turns her pens. She does such a good job. They look so perfect. The resin is crystal clear. You don't see any lathe lines or anything, and they're just very comfortable to hold. And she knows how to work with flowers because she makes the blanks. So I don't have many of her pens, but I do cherish the ones I do have, and I couldn't wait for a small shop haul video. So I already opened this one. I put my Everlasting Bent single placer and my DAC, it's probably an 8 placer in there. And I just loaded up with some new putty from Creations Maureen. If you haven't checked her out, she actually makes diamond painting pens as well, and a diamond painting scented putty. I really like using it. I also have my handy little purple pen here from Butterfly Effectwares. I always have this pen on standby. It's filled with wax from Dream Wax Studio, which is a Canadian small shop, in both ends there, and I use this for my ABs. And I have tweezers. I don't know why I have tweezers. I don't use tweezers, but there are tweezers here today too. So let me get a color in my tray, and then I will start talking. Or continue talking, I should say. First off, let me know how you guys are doing. I don't mind updating you guys, but I really want to know how you're doing too, because with these WIP and Chats, you're just basically talking to a camera. You're not getting any feedback. You're not getting any conversation with anybody. So it can be pretty lonely, I guess is the word you could use. So definitely let me know how you're doing, what's going on in your life right now. I hope you are doing well and there's, you know, no catastrophes and everything is just great. I know in the Facebook world is shocked the right word, or no, it's not. There's another word for it. Like taken by surprise by the announcement that Hannah Lynn would be leaving Diamond Art Club, and now everybody's going crazy getting Hannah Lynn diamond paintings, including me. Now, prior to that announcement that she was leaving, I had no interest in her diamond paintings. Well, I shouldn't say that. It's not that I didn't have any interest. It's just it wasn't... Doing these big-eyed girls is just not something that I gravitate towards. It's not kind of my style. But then I started Rainy Day in February, and I'm really loving this painting. It's got a good mix of color blocking and confetti. In fact, I almost consider it just color blocking because I can use my multi-placer, right? Even in small areas, it just works up really nicely, and it's really enjoyable to work on. These diamonds fit so nice now, and I really like how her paintings are rendered with Diamond Art Club. So yes, I have jumped on the Hannah Lynn craze, and I have been purchasing them. I have luckily found was able to snag some from Diamond Art Club website before they all went out of stock. And then I have been very lucky that there's some Canadian community members destashing some Hannah Lynn's, and they destashed them to me at an exceptionally reasonable price. Which I'm so grateful for. I love our little Canadian community. I really do. I don't know. I find we all look out for each other and all care about each other. So it's been awesome. I'm trying to remember if I found any from the USA site. I did, but I didn't purchase that one yet. It's pending. The person unfortunately got really sick, so I'm just waiting to hear from her. But the only reason I prefer to buy from Canadians first is just because the shipping is crazy, and then sometimes there's customs, and it's just a whole thing. So very grateful that some Canadians were willing to do some destashing from their stash. And I was able to pick up some Hannah Lynn's that I really thought I would enjoy working on. So those are on the way in the mail. And then with Diamond Art Club, in fact, this morning they just did a restock in the middle of the night, which I hate when they do that because I'm somebody that is not awake. I'm not a night owl, so I miss those things. And usually by the time you wake up at 6 in the morning, some of those restocks, if they're super popular, like Hannah Lynn right now, they will be sold out. So I did miss out on a few, but there were still 4 in stock by the time I woke up. I only got 2. I got, sorry, my husband is home, so he may sneeze or make noise. He's on vacation for 2 weeks, but I got the White Rabbit. I think that's what it's called. The lady dressed in the White Rabbit suit from Alice in Wonderland. And I did get Tin Girl too. I was hemming and hawing, but I wanted to get, I usually try and get 2 paintings at a time when I do buy. So I thought the colors, I took a look at some of the finished ones, and it does have some beautiful colors in it and shades. So I did purchase that one, but I did not buy the one, and I don't know, I think one is named Starfish. I can't remember the name of the other one, but it was just, as Patty says, too much hair. Most of the picture is just the character's hair, which is beautiful, but I would rather a painting that has more background, like Rainy Day. I really like this painting because there's a lot more details than is typical of the Hannah Lynn's. All of the other ones that I've gotten, most of them are more of a close-up image with very little background, but they are still beautiful, and there's enough there that I think I would enjoy doing them, so like I wouldn't get bored. So I'm trying to remember now. I did not bring my list of the ones that I found, but I did very luckily find Ladybug Love, which I know is a very popular one. Willow, is it Willow or April Fairy? I think it's Willow. I found Angie and Oliver. That one was really cute. That one I'm really looking forward to doing. I just thought the little turtle is so cute. And there's actually like 6 I bought from a D-stash. I'm trying to remember all their names. I can't right now, but the majority of the more colorful ones with lots of beautiful bright colors in them. I was sad that I missed out on the restock of the Easter painting that was released in like 2023. But then Diamond Art Club released on Monday an Easter painting for this year, so I'm lucky that I did get that one. Actually, that reminds me, this morning, and I meant to email Diamond Art Club this morning. I was just checking Mercari. I don't usually buy from those kind of sites, but I've just been checking daily to see if there's any Hannah Lynn deals that pop up. And there have been, but I've already purchased them. So there are some genuinely nice people out there. But I did see somebody posting the kit that was on sale 5 days ago, already for $275. So she flipped the kit. She had no intention of buying it and keeping it. So I was going to forward off an email to Diamond Art Club just to let them know. They tend not to want to get involved into issues like that, but if they find that there is a specific person that is flipping them, which means you're buying them and turning around and selling them for often triple or more within a very short time period of its release, they will make note of it. And if it's a pattern of behavior, then they may remove the person's ability to buy and, discontinue their account with them. So if you do see somebody that's flipping something, again, flipping means like a relatively new painting. For example, like this one was just released 5 days ago and it's already going for, I think, 275 US is what I saw it as. And I just think that's disgusting. If that's you, please don't do that. I know some of these paintings can go for a lot of money because they are highly sought after and discontinued. And, I understand that, but flipping is a different thing. That's when you're purposely buying up kits that other people really want, and you're making them pay a fortune because you know that they can't get it anywhere else. That's different than generally, having a highly sought after kit and selling it. It's a little bit different. It's more kind of, what's the word I'm looking for? Like, vindictive when you flip kits like that, often people who have had kits in their stash, say for a couple of years, and now they're selling it for maybe 200 US, they did at one point have the intention to work on the kit. They've just now decided that they would rather go to somebody who really wants it. And if they were to sell it for a reasonable price to a stranger, what happens? That stranger turns around and flips it for triple the price. So I do understand why some of them go for so much, but what I really don't like is the flipping. I just think it's just nasty, and I just don't stand for that kind of thing. So reminds me to send off an email just to let them know. But yeah, I've joined the Hannah Lynn train. So if you are listening and you have any Hannah Lynn's that you might be willing to destash to this Canadian, please send me a message. I would love to know what you have. And yeah, we can discuss, even if it's from the US. There are ways to get things shipped cheaper, and as long as we agree on that, then it can work out fine. So, and it's very easy to ship to Canada. You just have to fill out a customs form, which basically you just have to put what you're sending, which is I write craft bead kit, and then the declared value, which I always put 20. That way the person on the other end won't have to pay any fees on arrival. So that's what I do, but it is very easy. So if you do have any Hannah Lynn's and you don't really want to do them anymore, or you would like them to go to a new home, please send me a message, Instagram or Facebook Messenger too. I check those messages. Facebook more. I'm on there more than I am on Instagram, but I do see them. Okay, enough about that. Now, how about an update? Because I've had a lot go on. I think I last updated you guys the end of February 26th. And now I'm not even sure if I put that WIP and Chat up. Did I put that WIP and Chat up? I should have looked before I sat down. I wonder if I put it up. Anyways, the one crappy thing is if you've been following my tooth saga, I chipped a tooth back in January and they've been trying to fix it, but it's not fixing. So the nerve is just too close to the surface. So I am going to have to get a root canal done on it, which I'm not looking forward to. That will be next week at time of filming. I'm filming this actually on Saturday afternoon. What's the date? Let me look. The 9th. So Next week on Wednesday, I have to get a root canal, so wish me luck and keep me in your thoughts. It's probably going to make my pain condition much worse. I'm going to be sore for a few days after, but hopefully that's the end of the tooth saga, and I can move on from that. But aside from that, so on March 1st, I did have a follow-up with my surgeon. I have a vascular surgeon. He's the one who deals with my a condition called thoracic outlet syndrome, and he confirmed that my diaphragm does appear to be working again. So he said it's not like working like super well, but it is moving, which is a good sign. So that means that it's probably going to heal more over time, and it's going to continue to get stronger. So he is going to book me for surgery, which I am actually really excited about. This would be probably the last surgery that could give me a hope of having a better quality of life. In this surgery, it would be for like my left arm. It's a brachial plexus, so if you know what that is, it's the bundle of nerves going from your neck to your arm. It's a very important bundle of nerves, and mine is damaged and compressed. And right now it's covered in scar tissue, and it's affecting the vagus nerve and the phrenic nerve, which controls breathing and also affects the heart condition that I developed too, where I'm basically allergic to gravity. So yeah, I need them to try and fix it if they can, because being my age, I'm early 30s, and feeling like I have congestive heart failure or chronic lung disease is not fun. So what he's going to do is he has to actually talk to a plastic surgeon. Both surgeons are going to be present during the surgery and working on me, and they are going to take a fat graft, so some big flap of fat. I can't remember where they take it from, but they're going to take it and then wrap my nerves in it, so it's like a sheet of protection. And that should hopefully prevent the scar tissue from adhering again directly onto the nerves. Instead, it will attach to this fat. So hopefully it would mean that those nerves are protected enough that they wouldn't be irritated when that scar tissue regrows. Because we know when you have surgery and you have multiple surgeries in the same area, your body just keeps producing scar tissue. There is no way around it. And for somebody like me, my body just creates too much every single time. So if we were to just go in and clean out the scar tissue, it would just grow back within 6 months, or maybe even shorter this time. The last 2 or 3 times has been within 6 months. We already know that I've loaded with scar tissue and I need another surgery. So fingers crossed that this is it. And what they're going to do, it's a relatively, at least in Canada, a new procedure. He's only done it on a handful of people, but I have talked to the people who've had it done, and they've had good success and continued success, which I'm hoping for. Aside from hoping that maybe I will live in a little less pain, the biggest thing is my breathing. I just cannot breathe. There are more days than not that I'm just struggling to breathe. I can't stand for longer than like 20 seconds without kind of keeling over. I can't do anything exertional without losing my breath. In the morning, it takes my body like good 4 or 5 hours to kind of adjust to gravity and to, you know, quote unquote, catch my breath. It's just very disabling. And I did say to him, you know, I understand that I'm probably going to be in pain forever, but if we could get it a little less, that would be great. But what I'm really looking for is relief in the breathing. I need that phrenic nerve freed, and I need it protected so that scar tissue doesn't adhere to it, because it is just awful feeling not being able to breathe. Now let me find my next color before I continue talking. So now I am just waiting for the plastic surgeon to call me. I believe he has to kind of tell me what he's going to do in the surgery and basically get consent for me to proceed. And then both surgeons have to find an OR time that they both can be there and do the surgery. So as far as when is it going to happen, I don't know. I would be surprised if it happened in the fall. Again, I'm in Canada, so we don't have the luxury of, you know, getting approved for surgery and then having it done within a month. We have to wait sometimes years, often years, but my case is more urgent. So Hopefully I'm not waiting a long time. But like I said, if it happens, if they can schedule it in the fall, I am more than happy because it's already March, right? And time does go fast. And I think I can hang on until then. But I've accepted the fact that it might actually be next year, because that's typically how long I have had to wait for my other surgeries. So I don't think it's going to happen anytime soon. But if you guys pray, you can pray for me that they find the correct time and they can schedule everything in a timely manner so that I can be fixed. I would be very grateful for that. Every time, and especially the last time, this surgeon has operated on me twice, and every time I've woken up from the surgery with him, I feel so much relief and so much better. It's like instantaneous because he's relieved all of the compression inside, right? I have the usual post-op pain, but I do feel relief. So it's like counting down the days to Christmas for me, waiting for that surgery date, and I can't wait. And hope I don't have any complications either and everything goes smoothly. And hopefully he doesn't paralyze my other diaphragm, because that'll be hell waiting for that side to heal too. This side almost took a good year. We're a month shy of a year on that side. So that is some good news. The one thing I didn't ask him, if there is any like breathing exercises I can do to make the diaphragm stronger. I do have a respirologist now, and she's probably the person I should ask, but I actually don't see her till May. So I should probably figure out if there are some breathing exercises I can be doing to strengthen that nerve, just so that when I do have surgery, I'm in the best kind of shape possible. And then, so that was on the Friday, and then on the Monday I had another infusion. So if you've been around, you know that I'm started a new infusion therapy that they use lidocaine, which is an anesthetic or a freezing, often used in dental work, but they actually use it in chronic pain patients to help with nerve pain mostly. It's usually a step before ketamine treatment, and we're trying it in me. And I did see them again on the Monday, and they did increase my dose just by like 100 milligrams, which they said is not very much, and they still emphasize that I'm on a very, very low dose. But I did say I know my body, the effects of the last one weren't that apparent, so I would like a little increase, and they did agree. So they did increase it a little bit, and it did work. During it, I actually had to pause it quite a few times because it was giving me horrible anxiety. I was surprised because it was just a small dose increase, but I was almost having panic attacks of nothing. Like just all of a sudden my heart would start racing and I just could not calm down. I had to have my husband rub my back and let me calm down one afternoon because I just couldn't do it myself. But yeah, it did work. And I this time I had it running through the night. So usually I clamp it at night so that I get the pain relief when I'm awake, right? But I decided to leave it going through the night because I actually haven't been sleeping good. I've been waking up multiple times a night in pain. So that night I had the best sleep I've had in months. And I'm still feeling the effects of that infusion. So it's been, what are we? 1, 2, 3, 4. So we're 5 days since I had the infusion, and it potentially can provide up to 4 weeks of pain relief. And so far my pain levels are still low. I would say they are more than 50% decreased, which is really good. My breathing, of course, it's unchanged, but the pain is much better. I'm not reaching for medications as much. I'm not having to do the hot Epsom salt baths as much, which is good. Yeah, I've just in general been reaching for medications less, so I'm feeling better and sleeping better too, which is good. And yeah, I'm optimistic. I was a little worried after the first one. I felt like it didn't work that well, so I was very hesitant that maybe I would go back there and they would say, maybe lidocaine isn't for you, because the nice thing about this is that they set it up in a way that it infuses at home, so I don't have to stay in the hospital. I just have to go there to get hooked up, and then once the infusion's done, I just disconnect myself and throw the stuff in the garbage. So it's very convenient. If I was trying the other medication, I'd have to stay in the hospital for quite a few hours to infuse the medicine, and it would just be more of a headache. So I like this idea that I can do it at home. Also, I can, close the blinds, lie in my bed if I want to. There's no hospital noises and anxiety and stuff like that. So I see them again actually at the end of March. So they're seeing me 3 weeks. So hopefully I have relief for up to the 3 weeks. Like I said, it could last up to 4. So it would be nice if we could get it on a schedule where there's no rebound pain where the medicine wears off and then you're in extreme pain for so many weeks until you can see them again. So hopefully we can get that sorted. And yeah, so I'm feeling very optimistic about that. And last time I had my mom drive me, and it went really well. We didn't have to rush, and we were on time, and we even parked right under the elevator for the place we had to go, so we didn't have to transverse the hospital. It just went very smoothly that day. So if you were praying for me, thank you very much. Let's see what other notes I've written down. Oh yeah, the next day was my stepson's birthday, so he turned 13. He, I guess, is at that age where the kids don't want birthday parties really anymore. You're too old or too cool for that. So they just rented a gym, and he played basketball with his cousins and had a great time. I'm trying to remember. I think one of the photos I saw on the wall, they put up signage that said officially a teenager now. So that's kind of scary. But I'm trying to remember myself at that age, what I was like. I was a lot more mature. Like I was ready to work. I wanted a job. I didn't want to play anymore. I wanted to be adult. I wanted to grow up very fast. I had to grow up very fast too. So it's nice to see that he is still a child and he still is enjoying his childhood. We will see him this weekend, actually tomorrow, at time of filming, so we'll be able to say happy birthday and probably play video games. And every time he's over, he wants sushi, so that's usually what we do. And then, what else? Did anything else happen during the week? I don't know. I didn't really take notes during the week. I have a tendency to forget. I'm just looking back. Bum, 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 bum. Oh yeah, I wrote on my Thursday, the 7th of March, I was finding some Hannah Lynn's. That's when I was very lucky to find a whole bunch of Hannah Lynn's. Again, hit me up if you have some that you would like to find a loving home. I will actually work on them, I promise. And I will even send you finished photos when done. And then, yeah, I've been making these mermaid minders off and on. And then last night, I actually had another medical test procedure thing. I had to sleep overnight at the hospital, and they did another sleep study on me. I did have one of these done like well over a year ago, and that's when I was first diagnosed with central sleep apnea. So if you're new here, I have a lot of problems, and one of them is central apnea. So you may have heard of obstructive sleep apnea. That is when usually your tongue or your throat is closing your airway during sleep and you stop breathing, right? Most people have a CPAP and you're good to go. That's not the kind of apnea I have. My apnea is called central apnea, and it originates kind of in the brain. So the brain or the diaphragm, and the respirologist thinks it's my diaphragm, not my brain. So because the damage to that diaphragm, right? It doesn't send the signals to my brain to breathe. And I have very severe central apnea. Before treatment, I was stopping breathing 55 times an hour for more than, I think it was 20 seconds at a time. My oxygen level was in the low 80s, like 80, 81. And I was very severe. We were all very shocked at the results. And since then, I've been using a CPAP. And I kind of fell through the cracks in terms of getting referred to a respirologist until my sleep clinic kind of said, did you ever hear back from such and such? It was a clinic that they had, or that I had my first sleep study in. No, the doctor didn't even call me with the results. I had no idea. So I quickly got my surgeon to refer me to this respirologist. I had to wait, I think, when did they call? I think in like September I got the appointment for February. So I had a little bit of a wait. And I did see her, and she's ordered all these tests, and I can't believe it. I've already had most of them done. There's one more I have to get done. It's called a barium swallow test, where they test the swallowing, I think, and how your kind of digestive system works. I don't know. I've never had it done before or worked in a clinic that does it, so I'm not entirely sure. But all of the breathing tests I've now had done. They tested my diaphragm. They tested my breathing capacity as well. I don't have those results yet, so I'm not quite sure how I did. But the day that I did the test, it was a good day, so my breathing wasn't super hard. So I'm not anticipating too much. Probably, I imagine I have a reduced lung capacity because my diaphragm's been broken for a year. So it hasn't been working. So I have a lot of deflated alveoli, which are the little sacs in our lungs that do the oxygen exchange. So when they're not getting air, they kind of deflate and shrivel up, but they can reopen. So I'm anticipating that some of the results for that breathing test will be abnormal, but hopefully not too severe. Now that it's working again, it's just very slow. And then I had the sleep study last night, so I don't see the respirologist until May, unfortunately. I'm going to try and get them to put me on a cancellation list because I need a new machine. So last night the sleep study was to see if I need something called a BiPAP machine. Right now I use a CPAP machine. It's really good for obstructive apnea, but it doesn't work for central apnea. So the way that we have it set now, the pressure is providing some support. So I am having less events, but I'm still considered moderate to severe on the scale of central apnea. So I'm hoping they can get me on the cancellation list so that I can see her for the official results, and then she can set me up with this fancy BiPAP machine. And yeah, I'm looking forward to it because I think one of the big things you hear about sleep apnea is how awful you feel in the morning and how unrested you feel and how sick you feel. And now that I know that there's an issue and there's a machine that will fix it, it's like I want it now. I don't want to wait until May to get this machine and suffer every day until then, right? Because the machine I currently have, while it does help, it's not the right machine. So fingers crossed for me. Add that to the prayer list that they do have a spot open up for me and I can see her a bit sooner. Yeah. Otherwise, the sleep test went fine. I actually slept really good throughout the night. They said I was in a lot of deep sleep, and the way that they put the pressure settings worked. And she said she had to do something different. I don't know the terminology. I don't know if you're a respiratory therapist and you're listening. I think she said IVAPs, BiPAP with IVAPs or something. I'm not sure what that means. So, but it's some special setting that I'm going to need. So yeah, I'm just really looking forward to it. And I'm feeling very optimistic. You know, I'm going to have the surgery and now I'm going to have the proper machine. So I hopefully sooner rather than later, I start to feel a little more better, a little more human. It is very hard being sick all the time and not getting a break from it. It is very hard to cope with it. I think I've done a pretty darn good job. But it wasn't always this easy. Now I kind of just, I know there's nothing I can do to control any of it, so I don't resist it anymore, and it is what it is, and I do what I can, and the next right thing, and everything else falls into place. These new Diamond Art Club kits, and I say new because sometime last year, they did a bunch of upgrades to their canvases. They shrunk the drill field on both squares and rounds, and they also had fully swapped over to their new production of their own diamonds, so they have better control over the quality, and the new diamonds are just a lot nicer. They're less, for the most part, less trashy. You still get trash in the dark colors, but still better than what it was before, and I just find that they fit together on this square canvas so nicely. I'm not having to force any diamonds in. I do enjoy squares, and I think I get them pretty straight for the most part. So as long as you are pretty accurate in your placement, they fit together like a glove very, very easily. I'm not having to use a lot of pressure with my hands, so I can diamond paint for longer and I can enjoy squares again. So I am happy I don't have a large stash. That's something I learned about, that Diamond Art Club is always upgrading things, and I like new upgrades, so I try not to collect too many, kits as time goes on, because I know that they're gonna have upgrades and restocks will have the upgrades, and if I miss out on a painting, that's fine. It's not the end of the world, right? We're just doing this for fun, but yeah, I'm very glad for that. The thing I can't wait to try is the perforated cover. I've not yet actually worked on a diamond painting with it. I've seen a lot of people say they like it. I've seen others say they weren't too fond of it. All I know is Diamond Art Club is already working on upgrades for it. We haven't seen the upgrades yet, but they are coming. I don't know when. I just know that they've made that public announcement in the VIP group, so that's why I can share it with you. But yeah, there are already upgrades coming. So if there's something you don't like, just politely give some positive feedback so the company knows what maybe they can change, right, to make it easier. Yeah. Don't forget to let me know how you guys are doing in the comments, what you're up to, what you're working on, what events are you participating in? Have you been shopping all of the Hannah Lynn's? Or are you collecting some other diamond paintings that you're waiting for restocks on, or new releases from? Miss Butter D is another one that I've been collecting. And I'm trying to think. Other than that, just Miss Butter D and now Hannah Lynn are the only ones that I kind of collect. Yeah. Otherwise, my kind of stash is a little bit of everything, right? But I think it's time to wrap this up here. I've already updated you on everything that I can remember. Of course, I didn't take very good notes, but I'm exhausted, you guys. Like I said, last night I was sleeping at the hospital, and I've had a busy few weeks full of medical appointments, trying to keep up with videos for you guys, keep content going during all of this has been tricky, but I've made it work. So I am very, very tired, and I think I'm going to put on a video and just diamond paint this Hannah Lynn the rest of the day. This is currently the only WIP I have right now. I finished my Miss Butter D that I was working on, and I don't think I ended up filming any WIP and Chats with the Miss Butter D one. I just kind of posted a few things on Instagram and finished it in probably a couple of days. So there will be a post review on that. That reminds me, maybe I'll film that before I put everything away. Oh, actually, you guys, I wanted to show you this. I ended up getting my order from DP with Sparklers, which you will see coming up, but I filled in my rainbow. Those of you that have been around, you know that I had left this empty and I either wanted to put metallics or fairy dust in it. I ended up going with metallics, and I really like how it turned out. It is kind of really shiny in the camera, but I think it looks really good in person, and I'm super happy with it. It matches the umbrella up at the top. You'll see the full thing again when I do a post review, but I forgot. I did want to show you my rainbow. I finally finished it, and I'm happy I went with those metallics. Anyway, don't forget to give this video a big thumbs up before you head out. That always helps. Leave me a comment if you can, if you've made it to the end. How about leave me a little mermaid emoji, if there is a mermaid emoji, or maybe something sea life. Any sea life emoji to celebrate these mermaid minders I'm making. Let me know you got to the end. If you haven't yet subscribed, I would love to have you here. So just hit that subscribe button, and you can hit the notification bell to be notified when I do post new videos as well. And until the next one, happy diamond painting, you guys. Bye.